is the matching earring, the Turquoise and Tsavorite earrings, sterling silver on a sale price. Okay, for pierced ears, but as we were talking about that Tsavorite, and that's going to be coming up in just a few moments, here is that, would you call that like a door knocker as well?
Oh, yeah.
Tatiana? Okay.
Yeah. When it's got its jaw around the circle, then it's most definitely a door knocker.
Okay, talk to me what we're looking at, and we've got genuine gemstones, about 0.67 carats as well.
Mother Nature's gifts to us. I love nature's neutral. That's what I call this turquoise, nature's neutral, because this really does complement any and every color. You don't need to pair it with blues or with whites because it's blue. I invite you to pair this turquoise with your yellows, with your reds, with your browns, with your black. Everything will look good with this turquoise. And what a beautiful way to celebrate your jawline then with this pop of color. I just love the size. I love the combination of those fiery Tsavorite and those gorgeously matched turquoise beads. This kind of turquoise here is your deflawless of turquoise.
Wow.
It is striation free, so you don't have any visible characteristics. It's just this beautifully saturated blue, and all of the beads have been equally matched for saturation of color.
Very symmetrical.
Right?
Yep.
So not only by size, but they've been hand selected so that the color is consistent. And again, this is your deflawless of turquoise, beautiful, rich, beautiful blue turquoise. Again, Mother Nature's neutral, and then paired with those fiery Tsavorite.
Four
Tsavorite. Say it again, Nancy.
Tsavorite. It's so sexy. Yes.
And then you've got the black rhodium that has been generously applied to the sterling silver right behind the Tsavorite.
Is it that little bit of kind of sexy tint?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And rhodium, if for those of us,
yes, please
or
educate.
those of you that aren't that familiar with rhodium, it's like makeup for jewelry.
It's like the platinum family, right?
Indeed.
Yes.
And because rhodium is part of the platinum family, it's just
strong.
as expensive, if not more or less, than the price of gold. It varies on a day-to-day.
Yes.
But it competes with the price of gold.
Wow.
And in the industry, Effy is respected for its generous application of rhodium. So here you have black rhodium framing those gorgeous Tsavorite eyes. And then you have that beautiful design of the panther head with that high polish sterling silver.
Oh, they look like twins, and Morgan has it on as well, right? Such a unique piece, small enough to wear without, you know, but then you've got so much quality and detail, and you're like, somebody kind of, you know, your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband like comes up a little close and he's like, ooh, what are those green eyes? And then you can explain. But, you know, again, such a unique piece, right? And we could look at it on Morgan as well.
Yes, very beautiful.
Stunning, Morgan. They are so, so beautiful. Again, Effy stands out so much when we talk to, you know, what we offer, you know, here at QVC. I feel like there it is. Look at Morgan, and you can tell them how it looks.
Gorgeous.
Tatiana.
Wow, look at that. It's the perfect size, and I love how it covers the earlobe and the way that it sits flush to the earlobe. You know, I was listening to David's show earlier, and how he mentioned, you know, if you have a torn piercing, there are certain earrings that complement that, and I happen to be one of those people.
Was it like the 70s or 80s that we were all wearing big dangly ears? Maybe it was the 80s. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You can't get that hole back. Yeah.
So this is the kind of thoughtful design that complements every and any earlobe.
Yeah.
Because it sits very flush and it's not too heavy, which is something that, you know, once the mid-90s hit, I was like, my earrings can no longer be heavy.
All right, so we'll do another close-up shot of this. Talk to me about some of the detail one more time, Tatiana.
Of course, with pleasure. So you have these beautifully matched and mated turquoise beads. Again, gorgeous turquoise, Mother Nature's gifts to us, and see how they're striation free, meaning you don't see any of the veins. They're the natural characteristics that are very often found in turquoise. You're not seeing them here because that's how rare this breed of turquoise is. So you have beautifully matched and mated, not only with color, but also shape and size.
You're absolutely right.
It's
They
a
look
craft.
perfect.
I mean, I'm telling
And
you.
you're right. When you think about 35 hands touch every single piece, we're not joking. This is not manufactured, in a factory. These are touched by hand and picked and assembled, manufactured and designed in New York City.
But that's
Yeah.
right, designed and assembled.
I
in
learned
New
so
York
much
City.
about you guys. Because I know quality, and when you hear it, you're like, wait, we have to repeat that, because that's what speaks to me, and it makes it so different from an Effy piece from any other piece.
Yes.
I have to say. All righty. Okay, so